just having been there and see the way things are run, I think that I'd feel very comfortable coming into camp, which is something, you know, you can't take for granted. You know, if I'm going off somewhere to the East Coast or the West Coast, someplace I've never been before.
Michele Giovanni Miano, world-class athlete, an IQ of 137, fantastically good-looking. All of this seems almost too good to be true, almost superhuman. Is there something abnormal about Mike?
Draft pick Mike Miano from Southwest Texas State, hit by his own man from behind. Walks back toward the center of the field as Miano comes off.
Hi, I'm John Lavender. In this episode of Ancient Aliens, we'll explore the deep mysteries that surround Mike Miano. If we examine the facts, there's only one possible solution. We're going to dive deep into the depths of history to come to a controversial truth. Our first stop is our analysis center. Here at our disclosed location, we have been working around the clock to solve the conundrum, which is Mike Miano. Let's start with the basics. His supposed human name, given to him by his supposed human parents, is actually Michele Giovanni Miano, but our analysis team has decoded this message. When rearranged, the letters of his name actually spell, I am alien on home, Vinky. This was rather peculiar, but what does this mean? And what is the meaning of the final word? After expert analysis, we realized it was this. Clearly, the face of an alien, much like a signature at the end of a letter.
The stoichiometry, minus the algebraic equations, leads us to believe that this DNA is not of the human species. After a long extraction process, we've come to the conclusion that Mr. Miano is an alien.
Next, let's look at the interview of the woman who does not want her identity shown in fear of the Miano finding out her identity and seeking revenge for her testimony against him.
I've known Michele Giovanni Miano for over 17 years. At first, he seemed like just an exceptional individual. However, over that time, I've come to the solution that there is something different about him. He is simply too good-looking, too athletic, and too intelligent to be of the human species. He's clearly an alien.
Next, we must travel back in time to dissolve the truth around Mike. We took our camera crew to Brazil on the banks of the Amazon River to dig up the truth that surrounds Mike Miano. Here, on the outskirts of Manacapuru, we had a professional archaeologist scope out ancient Mayan ruins to decipher hidden codes that former aliens left behind. After 5 years of research and investigation, it's safe to assume that these markings are of alien origin.
Miano was first estimated to have come to Earth around 3,000 years ago. He assimilated into the Mayan culture to learn our ways and practices.
Now, terminal velocity times the square root of the binomial quadrupeds leads us to believe that the Mayans not only had knowledge of the Miano, but also that they harbored him and taught him the ways of the human species.
From a completely objective standpoint, Miano is possibly the best thing that ever happened to the human species in terms of advancement. However, there is the small caveat that he's likely here to destroy us all.
Now we'll look into the damning interview from Chris Chang or Chung or Kim or... Well, anyways, the filmmaker who released the critically acclaimed Tribute to a Demigod.
My partner and I were getting ready to reveal to the world the truth about him. But then he came, he found us. Just like a hurricane, he tore apart our house, he took all our research, erased all our hard drives, and unfortunately, Kenny was probed. It's true. Since then, we were forced to reveal a false account of his life story, and I have been on the run ever since. It's not easy living in fear of aliens and their kind, but we just take it day by day. Listen, I've been here too long. Like, I gotta go. I can smell the thunder. It smells like thunder when he comes.
Miano has a history of swiftly and violently silencing all of those that try to speak out against him and reveal his true nature.
So what is this all for? Are we under attack? Should we be worried? Find out next on part 2 of the special edition of Ancient Aliens, the Miano.